So Father Charlie, in his homily, talked about two things that really struck me. Loving where you live. And all I kept thinking was, I love being back in the church. I love being in here. I could not think of going every day to any other place for my job. It doesn't even feel like a job because it is so much a part of who I am and what I feel every day. So when we get to come together in this church, it reminds me of how much I love where I live every day. But being loving in the place that we live is very different than loving where we live. I love being in this church. I love where I live every day. And I love being with each of you. And when I leave here, I need to be loving where I live. That's a very different thing. And one of the things that I was challenged by the last few days is that I found that people around me seem to be struggling with the being loving where they live. I said, it feels like there's a break coming up or something, but instead I found out it was a full moon. So sometimes we can be loving in the way that we act toward one another. We can say thank you, we can be a good friend, we can make sure that we play with someone, but then we walk away and we judge one another. And that's what I found was happening more recently. We were judging one another. And judging each other, saying that someone isn't doing a good job or looking at the things that they're doing wrong instead of looking at all the gifts that they have, doesn't help us to be loving to one another. I know that I am not perfect. I know that I am not perfect. I know that each one of you could tell me the things that keep me from being perfect. And you could also choose not to. You could look at my gifts. And so as I leave here today, my challenge to myself, what I am going to continue working on, and what I ask everyone in here to continue working on, is to look at each other's gifts. Because when you look at each other's gifts, and all that they do for you each and every day, and all that they bring to your classroom, then you will be loving where you live. You will be loving to one another. You will be loving to yourself, and ultimately, you will be loving to God. I wish all of you a very blessed day today and a wonderful week ahead. Thank you.